बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। आज का हमारा लेक्चर नंबर CS304 का 11 to 15 है। ठीक है, 11 to 15 लेक्चर आज हम देखेंगे उनका ऑब्जेक्टिव पार्ट। ठीक है, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। विच पॉइंटर इज ऑटोमेटिकली पास्ड टू एवरी नॉन स्टैटिक मेंबर फंक्शन व्हेन इट इज कॉल्ड। दिस पॉइंटर होल्ड्स द डैश ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट फॉर विच द मेंबर। तो सी है एड्रेस। This pointer is primarily used to return the current object from a member function enabling। तो ये हमारे पास caused function calls a dash member function is one that is counted or not or modify the object's data member। C const a const object can only call member function that are also declared as the const है। A data member that is shared by all objects of a class and exists even if no object of the class is created। ये हमारे पास be a static data member। A static data member must be dash outside the class definition typically in the source file। तो ये हमारे पास है be defined। A dash member function can only access other static member। C static member function dash receive the implicit this pointer। The B head mode the dash pointer is called when the existing object is copy assignment operator। The default implementation of the copy assignment operator performs a तो ये हमारे पास भी है शैलो कॉपी। दी डैश इंश्योर दैट एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज नॉट असाइंड और टू इट्स सेल्फ मतलब ए इज इक्वल है विच प्रिवेंट सेल्फ डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ मेमोरी इन डीप कॉपी स्कैनर। तो ये हमारे पास है बी सेल्फ असाइनमेंट चेक। द इनेबल असेसमेंट to enable cascaded calls member function must return a dash to the object reference if a function is declared as int get value const what is guaranteed। so b it will not modify the object state। A static data member of a class is allocated memory only once regardless of how many objects exist। Number 12 which keyword in C++ is used to grant non-member functions or other classes access to the private and protected members of a class। Public a friend function is a non-member function that is declared inside the class definition typically in the public or private section। Does a friend function receive the implicit this pointer? No, because it is a non-member function। For a friend function to access a class members, it must typically take the object of that class as argument। When a function is declared as a friend of a class, it typically compromises the principle of encapsulation information hiding। If class B is declared as a friend of class A, then class B members function can access class A's। So all members private, protected or public in the friend relationship in C++ reciprocal by default। Now it must be explicitly declared by the receiving class। In class A is a friend of class B, does class B automatically become a friend of class A? No. A friend function is generally used when two classes are so closely related that one needs direct access to the internal representation। A friend function is defined implemented dash the class definition just like a regular function outside। Which of the following is a common scanner or where a friend function is useful? Overloading system insertion or extraction operations। A function can be a friend of multiple classes. Which statement is correct regarding friend functions? They are called like normal functions without the object prefix। When declaring a friend class, should the friend class be fully defined before the declaration? No, a forward declaration is usually sufficient. What happens if a class declares a function as a friend but the function never use any private or protected members? ओके तो ये हो गया कहाँ पर थे हम okay what happens if a class declares a function as a friend but the function never use any private or protect members तो ये हमारे पास it still compiles but the friend declaration was unnecessary sorry next हमारे पास lecture number 13 the process of allowing C++ plus operators to be used with user defined objects is class operator overloading. To overloader on an operator in C++, you see the keyword operator symbol. Which of the following operator cannot be overloaded in C++? तो ये हमारे पास scope resolution है. When overloading a binary operator like plus as a member function, how many arguments does it explicitly take? तो ये we have one the right hand operand. When overloading a binary operator like plus as a non-member friend function, how many arguments does it explicitly take? You see here too. If the expression a plus b is executed where a is an object and the operator is overloaded as a member function of a's class, which object class the function? So a operator overloading does dash the precedence or associatively of the operator be not change. The overloaded operator function must have at least one operand that is so you be user defined. When overloading the assignment operator, it should always be implemented as a dash function member. The binary operator equality is generally overloaded or return a dash value. See volume when overloading a binary arithmetic operator, the function should typically return तो ये b है new temporary object value. The overloaded operator plus is typically declared as a const member function because it should not modify C. The left operand, which operator is typically referred to be overloaded as a non-member friend function to support symmetry. तो ये हमारे पास मतलब 2 plus a and a plus b ये है C. Arithmetic operators. When overloaded the compound assignment operator, the function should typically return a dash to the calling object. तो ये हमारे पास b है reference to the object. The stream insertion operator and stream extraction operator are almost always overloaded as dash function. D है हमारे पास friend नॉन मेंबर ठीक है उसके बाद 14 लाख से नंबर आ गया when overloaded a unary operator like increment or decrement as a member function, how many explicit argument does it take? C0. Do differentiate between the prefix and postfix version of a unary operator. The postfix version is overloaded with an extra dash argument. C int. For the prefix increment operator, the function should typically return a dash to the modified object. See reference. For the postfix increment operator, the function should typically return a dash of the object before modification. B copy of the object. The subscript operator is overloaded to allow objects to be treated like C arrays. The subscript operator must be overloaded as a dash function. तो सी है हमारे पास मेंबर फंक्शन ओवरलोडिंग द सबस्क्रिप्ट ऑपरेटर शुड टाइपिकली रिटर्न अ डैश टू अलाउ बोथ रीडिंग एंड राइटिंग तो ये हमारे पास सी है रेफरेंस टू इनेबल रीडिंग फ्रॉम द अरे लाइक ऑब्जेक्ट बट प्रिवेंट राइटिंग in a const context. The subscript operator should be overloaded as a dash member function that returns a const reference तो ये भी const ठीक है typically conversion can be implemented in implicitly using a dash constructor. See one argument the conversion from a user defined type class to a primitive type is achieved using तो ये है बी conversion operator. A conversion operator operand int is a special member function that dash specify a return type. B does not. The dash keyword can be used on a one argument constructor to prevent implicit automatic type conversion. D explicit. If a conversion operator is defined the operations, तो ये हमारे पास है be the execution of my object operator, which overloaded operator is essential for creating C operator, जिसमें हमारे पास ये वाली ब्रैकेट्स होंगी, ठीक है. If the subscript operator finds that the infix is out of bounds, it should typically, तो ये हमारे पास C होगा through an expression or time or terminate the program. Next 15 lecture, which keyword is used in C++ to accessible and is a relationship between two classes. C है हमारे पास clone in the class header in C++ inheritance, which access mode ensure that the derived class's public interface contains the public interface of the base class. C public inheritance. In public inheritance, the public member of the base class become dash member of the derived class. C है public. In private inheritance, all members of the base class, public and protected, become dash member of the derived class. ये private हमारे पास. In protected inheritance, the public members of the base class become dash member of the derived class. ये हमारे पास है B protected, which inheritance would ensure that the base class's interface is completely hidden from the outside world accessing the derived class objects. C private inheritance. If a base class member is declared private, its accessibility in the derived class is हमारे पास D है inaccessible. The protected access specifier allows access to members by the class itself and its तो ये हमारे पास B है derived class, which inheritance mode is used when the derived class needs to reuse the implementation of the base class but does not want to express and is a relationship to the outside world. So B private. In public inheritance, the dash member of the base class remains protected in the derived class. हमारे पास C है protected. Select code objects outside the hierarchy can access which member of a derived class object created using public inheritance. तो B है public members. In protected inheritance, with which member of the base class are accessible to the derived class's member functions. तो B है protected and public members. If class D is derived from base B using private inheritance, client code accessing an object of D dash access any member inherited from B. तो ये हमारे पास cannot, ठीक है. In the context of the Lisco substitution principle, which inheritance mode is the only one that truly models the conceptual is a relationship. तो ये public inheritance होगा. To change the access level of an inherited member from private or protected back to public in the derived class, you use, तो हमारे पास होगा C using declaration, ठीक है. ये तो ये हमारे पास था 11 to 15 ऑब्जेक्टिव पार्ट से CS304 का, ठीक है. तो माजरत करना चाहते हैं कि हम ना ये सारा रीड कर देते हैं, आपको ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन नहीं करते, दरअसल टाइम बहुत शॉर्ट होता है. देखें आप, ये हमारे मिड टर्म के डेज चल रहे हैं और हमने फिर तैयारी भी तो करनी होती है, ठीक है. तो इसीलिए जो लेक्चर में एक्सप्लेन कर दिया बस वही है. जिन्होंने एक्सप्लेनेशन देखनी होती है तो वो लेक्चर देख लें, छोटे छोटे लेक्चर हैं, ज़्यादा लेंथी लेक्चर नहीं. वो भी इसी तरह है 1 to 5, फिर 6 to 10, 11 to 15, इस तरह से हैं वो भी, ठीक है. तो आप वो इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट जो एक्सप्लेनेशन है सारे उसमें वो मौजूद है, ठीक है. तो वो आप लेक्चर देख लें जो एक्सप्लेनेशन चाहते हैं. बाकी माजरत के हम ऑब्जेक्टिव पार्ट जो है वो ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन नहीं करते क्योंकि टाइम बहुत शॉर्ट है यार, ठीक है. तो इसलिए वो एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाते. लेकिन हमारी ये पूरी कोशिश है कि नेक्स्ट जब हम फाइनल टर्म की सीरीज़ बनाएंगे ना तो वो इंशाल्लाह हम पहले से स्टार्ट करेंगे, जल्दी स्टार्ट कर लेंगे, तो उसमें आपको एक्सप्लेनेशन जो है वो फिर फुल मिला करेगी इंशाल्लाह अल्लाह के हुक्म से, ठीक है. तो बाकी आप यही आप इसी तरह से कबूल कीजिए जिस तरह से भी ये वीडियोस हैं, ठीक है. मतलब कि एक्सप्लेनेशन तो नहीं है, लेकिन आपको एक जो चीज़ है जो आपके लिए मुफीद है, और इसका जो आंसर्स है मैं 100% श्योर है हम कि ये लेक्चर इसके जो MCQs के हमारे पास आंसर्स हैं वो हमारे पास करेक्ट हैं बिल्कुल, ठीक है। तो आप ये ऐसे ही देख लीजिए करिए, और रीड करके आप पॉज करके खुद रीड कर लीजिए करिए, तो आपको उससे समझ आएगी। लेकिन अगर आप अपने फिर भी एक्सप्लेनेशन चाहते हैं तो आप लेक्चर एक बार देख लें, तो आप वहाँ से आपको ज़रूर समझ आ जाएगी, ठीक है। लेक्चर सब इसी के रिलेटेड होते हैं ना, लेक्चर पहले इसलिए तो होते हैं, ठीक है। तो आप फिर भी हम नेक्स्ट इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट सीरीज़ में ना आपको ये ऑब्जेक्टिव पार्ट भी एक्सप्लेन कर दिया करेंगे, ठीक है। बाकी सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कर लीजिए चैनल को, शेयर भी कीजिए, दुआ में याद रखिए। अल्लाह हाफिज़।